Well, hello and welcome, fellow shapers of the future. Back again with another episode of me and the Hazelwood, basically. I'm just making a brew. I suppose we can leave that going, and I'll show you my little fender. It's got a bit more structure than it had. Of course, there leaves options to have a porch on the front of this if I want, but it's certainly got a lot of space. You'll notice a little gap at the back there, but I don't mind that. I like to have a little bit of a through draft, just a little bit, and if that becomes a problem I can just take it down a little bit harder or even push a few leaves against it. We've got probably 2 meters and I would say 2 meters 20 worth of room in there in length, and plenty of width basically for me to bed down in. I don't think I'm going to have the hot tent in the actual bedroom part of this time around. I think I'm going to have a separate shelter in the porch to do the hot tenting. But we'll see. I need to sort that bed out because I haven't cleaned out in here for a while, and it's always good to have a little clean out. And also the bed needs a little bit of adjusting, probably. Take it around the back, the sides. When I leave it, I put a camo sheet on it. That one over there, which blends in lovely this time of year. The camo sheet is only 2 meters by 2, but it's good enough to cover the majority of it. Let's see from over this angle. It's a little bit spaceshipy. With a bit of imagination. All pegged down, good pegs. Well in. Bit of roof stability here. Shouldn't gather though, but I will keep my eye on any places where it might gather. So if we look in there a little bit closer, you can see there is some sort of organisation going on with the poles, but yeah, they're kind of interlocked. A couple of them are weaved and whatnot for extra strength, and the rest are tied wherever possible. There's still quite a lot of tying to do in there with bits of twine, but yeah, you can see the amount of space. Plenty of headroom as well, and the doorway is perfect size for the half of the East German pup tent. Bit of canvas that I've got fits perfectly on there, and actually ties back across the middle and pegs in at the front. Very easy to open and close. Thinking of another system to do that, even simpler, but that's in the pipeline. Just getting the thing kind of storm-proofed at the moment is priority, and I've done that now, so I can relax a little bit. I'd like to shout out 2 more people quickly. Benny Bushcraft. I bet a lot of you already know him. He's quite a character, to say the least. Very entertaining, and quite frankly you don't know what he's going to do next. But there is a serious side to Benny as well sometimes. Not very often, but sometimes. And he comes up with some good woodworking, and makes camps and things. Oh, that feels good. And the second shout out is to someone who doesn't actually post videos, but it's Mike Kelly, and he's been there pretty much since the beginning for me. He's always been putting in his feedback, telling me when things are volumes a bit too quiet or something like that, and I really do value his opinion. So you don't have to have a channel to get a shout out, and in this case he definitely deserves one. Mike Kelly, thanks buddy for being there for so long now already. Go follow those two people if you feel like it. Benny Bushcraft, the reason I'm giving a shout out to Benny is because he's inspired me to get some Benny boots. I actually went in the shop and asked for Benny boots, and she pointed me straight to these pair of black ones, would you believe? Obviously a fan of your Benny, and knew exactly what I was wanting. But they're practical, they're cheap, they don't melt by the fire too easily, unlike a lot of cheap glues that you get on some of this footwear you get that will melt when you put your feet near the fire. Even expensive footwear, some of the glues will just melt with heat. These, you can't go wrong. £10, big up the Benny. Just for reminding me about them, really. I mean, I've worn them most of my life, just not so much the last 10 years. So thanks for the reminder. Right, I won't overdo the shout outs because well, it's good to save them, isn't it? But there is still plenty of people on the list to shout out that have inspired me. And yeah, when I get round to doing whatever we've talked about doing, I will give them a shout out as we go. That feels good. That ain't going nowhere. There's no shock. There's no... It's a great weight. You don't have to put much energy into it. Love it. Thanks, whoever your name is. Well, just going to have a little wander into the hazelwood and take out some of the dead poles and make some hedges or fences. See, there is a lot of dead hazel here. A lot of living hazel as well. But yeah, definitely needs to be cut back. And what tends to happen is you'll get some very tall ones and they will just lean over, break away from the actual hazel crown, and rot will set in and all sorts of problems. And yeah, these look like they're getting starved of light, sunshine in this area, because they're all getting a huge canopy going, which is blocking that light. But here is a good start, I think. Just about all of this looks dead. I'll see if I can find something that's living. So, tools of the trade: shepherd's sling and lap lander. It's alright. It's not a bad saw. So there's just about enough time to show you my mallets before I head off. This being the first one, rather traditional style of mallet, I think. It's actually got a lot of weight. It feels really comfortable and especially top heavy. Very, very top heavy. I wouldn't say it's quite a brick's worth of weight on there, but it's sort of certainly more than half a brick's worth of weight, which is going to be great for driving things into the ground. What will happen is that I'll take this off, turn it around and tap it down to the thicker tapered end to make it extra snug, although that is really snug in there at the moment. But this little beauty still needs a little bit of work. I want to have straighter edges. Had to shorten the handle a little bit because of the curve in the branch and take off that big side limb that came out the side here. But I am very pleased with this, and I think this is going to outlast any mallet I've had before now. Really is. It says, everything about it says strong. You watch, that'll split in half as soon as I hit something with it, but early indications are that it's gorgeous. Oh, it's just so solid and there's no vibration or anything. It's everything a mallet should be, I think, but time will tell.